Some of the most coveted cars of generations past have recently become shockingly cheap. But just how cheap? Whoa!
Oh my God!
$9,000?
They got a deal,
Yeah,
dude.
hell yeah, they did.
Today we're gonna guess the prices of actual cars that have recently been sold online and try to get to the bottom of what's making them so affordable. Max, give us our first car.
The first car that we're gonna be looking at today is a 1971 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. This vehicle has 71,000 miles shown. It's located in Massachusetts, sold on Bring a Trailer recently.
That's very nice.
That's a really good looking car.
I actually never see them with the top like that.
Me neither.
So the FJ40 is like when they kind of got really popular. The FJ Cruisers, Land Cruiser, pretty much all of it stems from this, where it's more like a Jeep still. Has that classic like glasses kind of eye close together front end.
I mean, it looks like a CJ3.
I love it. I love FJs, modern day FJs, so this is dope. I don't know why, I can't help but think because it's so original, I think some schmuck paid this much for it.
I think because the title of the video is Boomer Cars Are Cheap,
Oh
is that
crap.
this is the price.
Oh my God, wait.
$20,000.
I could see like a beat up one going for 15 that still runs. So I'm gonna say $28,000.
The actual price of the FJ40, $8,850.
That sold for $8,000?
That is shockingly
We gotta
cheap.
go.
Okay,
We
yeah, we're
gotta
going to
go.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Though. For a running, driving Toyota anything for $8,000, that clean is insane.
So I can give you a little bit of info on the FJ market. These peaked in value in July of 2022, and since then, fair condition vehicles have dropped 45% in value.
That's amazing.
I wish I had bought this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I had known about this. I'm really upset.
Our next vehicle is
Oh.
a 1953 Hudson Hornet.
Yeah.
It's got 50,000 miles on it, automatic transmission, twin H power carbs,
Yep.
and a 308 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine.
Straight 6, baby. One of the first hot rods, one of the first muscle cars.
Also a Disney classic.
Looks to be in nice condition. That engine bay is looking real nice.
The interior is looking pretty
It looks
minty.
good.
Looks pretty original as well.
Yeah. I think the turquoise might bring the price down a little bit. If this was like a big tail fin Cadillac, I think that color would be nice. But for this car, a race car, I think I know what I'm gonna say. $23,000 is my guess. I think that would be cheap for a car like this. Well, yeah.
I put $35,000 because I have no idea.
I went very far left last time, now I'm going very far right. And we'll see if this works.
What'd you put?
12.
Damn. 12 grand for that?
12, it's still, listen, at the end of the day, it's still a 6-cylinder. Nolan was bringing up the color, the interior is quite minty, but it needs to be a specific type of person that's gonna wanna drive this thing around or own it.
$6 grand for a running driving car like that in general is insane. So
You might be,
yeah, but that'd be cool.
yeah, you might be right, Steph.
The Hudson Hornet sold for $9,000.
Whoop whoop.
All right,
$9 grand?
all right.
That's
All
dope.
right,
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
that's a deal.
All right.
These,
Congrats.
if anything, these prices are kind of making me really happy.
What are we doing?
$9 grand. That's less than I have in this car behind me. That's for sure.
That's how much my truck was.
Yeah.
With 270,000
Dude, the
miles.
deals are out there. Okay, look, like, I will say, I'm gonna make a case for cars like and my Boomer car and a Hudson. It's not a fast JDM, Need for Speed car or anything like that. But dude, $9,000 for a Hudson Hornet, that's unique.
It's going to appreciate in value.
Hudson Hornets have dipped about 15% year over year after peaking in January of 2020. Interestingly, they also had a peak in 2006 around the release of cars.
Disney, man, they know what they're doing.
Jeez.
We have ourselves a 1926 Ford Model T Roadster. It comes with a 177 cubic inch inline-4 engine with a 2-speed planetary gear transmission and a 3-speed transmission.
Okay, I have no idea what to guess.
Yeah, me neither.
There can't be that much demand out there for this.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm taking into consideration the demand. I'm taking into consideration like the engine size, to be honest.
It's a Model T, it's not gonna go fast.
It's just like buying a moped, you know? Like buying a Honda Ruckus, right? Your buddy got one, now you want one. You guys want to roll when your Ruckuses together. That's how I see Model Ts. They go out on Sundays in a group of 6 of them. They all park together, you know, and then they go home and they never drive it again. So you put it up for sale. There are so many of these things, I don't think they're valued that high. Go first, Steph. What'd you guess?
$8 grand.
8 grand, $8,000.
$8,000.
He's staying in that bubble, right? Everything has been just under 10.
I'm gonna say $6,000 for this fine.
And I'm
motor
gonna
coach.
go super low and say 2,500 bucks.
That's a good guess too.
Okay.
The actual price was, to the dollar, $6,000.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, okay.
Dude, I felt that in my gut. I was like, I wanted to guess higher because I was like, there's no way that it's gonna be this low. But my gut was like, no, $6,000 is the number. And I'm like, okay, thank you, gut.
Model Ts have gone down 30 to 35% in value in the last 5 years. And interestingly, the COVID spike didn't really seem to affect the Model T market at all.
You gotta be a specific type of person to
Yeah.
own a Model T.
Yep. You gotta be like, you know, Henry Ford had some good ideas. And you're like, we're not gonna invite you to Thanksgiving.
Dude, no! I lost again. My instincts are trash. Edgar, you're a dog, right? Dogs have good instincts. Tell me, who's gonna be winning the next big game?
What are you doing? The best way to bet on sports is through our sponsor, DraftKings.
Shh, you're breaking his concentration. Come on, who's gonna win the big game? Huh?
With Super Bowl 59 right around the corner, DraftKings has everything you need to get in on the action. And right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5.
All right, who's it gonna be, buddy, right? Topeka or Dayton? Dayton, nice.
You can even use that $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays. Mix and match bets from the same game for a shot at an even bigger payout.
No!
Don't trust dogs, trust the odds. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use promo code DONUT and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code DONUT only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
I gotta get a new psychic dog, bro. Come on. We're going back to the psychic dog shelter.
This
T-Bucket.
is a Ford Bucket T. T-Buckets like these were favored by greasers in the 1950s. As original Model Ts became harder to find, companies offered fiberglass kits like the one that this is based on. This has a 454 small block V8 fiberglass body that was assembled in 2008. It's been painted orange, has a removable soft top, and 315 Mickey Thompson tires.
These things pop up from time to time. It's a kit car, it's not original. Is it of the hot rod time period, or is this just some boomer's project over the course of the early 2000s? Modified things have a weird resale value. Someone has to either really want it or will have to change it to make it their own. So I don't see this really selling for too much, but we've been surprised before, so.
This is stumping me, damn. All right, hold on.
Have you ever been in a car like this, Steph?
No.
What's the oldest car you've ever been in?
I've been in cars from like the 70s. I have a 75 Nova and a 77 Camaro.
What?
Yeah.
Did you hear how my voice cracked?
Have you, I've never told you this?
No!
She has a lot of cars sitting out
What?
in the desert.
Yeah, I have a lot of cars that just sit, all right.
We're gonna talk after this. I think this is high, but I just didn't know what else to say. $11,000 is my guess. Although now, when I'm saying that out loud, I think it's probably $2,000.
I said 10 grand, because if anything, it's worth that in parts.
I said 5 just because I really took into consideration what you said. You gotta be a specific type of person to own this, dude.
You
Not
really
just
do.
anyone walking down the street is gonna want to own this.
They're fun, and like the gag is worth it at the right price. If you saw this cheap and like you rolled up to work on a Friday and you're, guys, check what I bought last night. That'd be awesome.
Everybody be giggling,
Yeah.
going for rides.
But what is that price, I wonder?
Right.
Max?
Well, the price, Nolan, I'm glad you asked. To the dollar, $11,000.
You're so good at this.
I am not cheating. I did not look at your doc or anything, Max. I think I'm really in my element on this one. I usually suck at these games.
Well, you are the resident boomer, Nolan.
Yeah. Nolan is an old soul.
I'm dressed exactly like my dad right now. So
We love who Nolan is as a person, but we went to a really poppin' party a few days ago,
Yeah.
and this is Nolan's fit.
yeah, I was wearing different pants, but
There's fools wearing Prada jackets in there, and this is Nolan's fit.
it's true.
All right, our next
thank
car is a little bit different.
That's so cute, actually.
Oh,
This is a 1968 Volkswagen Karmann ghia, which has a 1.5 liter flat 4 engine and has 85,000 miles shown. It was resprayed a couple of years ago in white over pink.
it looks great.
It does look great. Man, these are all over the place. You see some in nicer condition abandoned, and then you see some in worse condition on the road. It's so weird with these. It's like a VW bus though. It could go Either way.
I think the color's doing a lot of the work
Some
here.
some real estate lady probably loves this thing.
I think I know.
I'm sticking to my answer.
I'm saying $3,000.
Bingo, $4,000.
I'm doing 6.
The Volkswagen Karmann Ghia sold for $9,600.
Yeah, all right.
Damn, a little off on that one. Yeah, well done.
The Karmann Ghia market peaked in May of 2021, but has dipped about 15% since then. However, the Beetle and bus markets are still holding pretty strong comparatively.
I saw a lifted one of these one time. I was just like, yeah.
That speaks to my loins.
So for this next round, you're gonna be comparing two of the same type of car and guessing the difference between the price. One is in concourse level condition, the other is what you'd consider excellent condition.
Okay.
Our first car we're gonna be looking at is this 1970 Datsun 240Z. This underwent a full frame-off restoration and was used as the base for the Franklin Mint die-cast 240Z model, and it is considered concourse level.
I love Z's. I love Datsuns. They're actually one of the first cars that piqued my interest. It's actually a car that is one of my dream cars that I would love to own.
Would you consider yourself a pricing expert?
Not at all.
So that was the concourse level one.
Okay.
We're looking at another car, what you'd consider excellent condition. Same year, this underwent a cosmetic and mechanical refurbishment a couple years ago as well. It has a 5-speed manual, an overboard L28 inline 6, got roto wheels and Ibach springs.
It's a little bit of a resto ma, not quite
Yeah.
original, you know, no numbers matching,
Right.
whatever. It's just nice. You could buy this and enjoy it. So what's the price difference?
Do I think a concourse level Z is over 100,000? Is it near 200,000?
I'm just gonna shoot at the wind here.
My guess,
8,000?
8,000 in difference between both of them.
Really? Do you know what
Yeah.
concourse level means?
No,
Okay.
but you know what? We're here, and I said I'm shooting a shot in the dark.
I said $56,000 difference. I'm assuming that one is close to 100 grand and this one is close to 20.
I guessed a $525,000 difference between the two cars.
One selling for $1 million does make sense.
Because, yeah, I mean, concours level, you know, Pebble Beach, those kinds of things, like it's very hoity-toity. People are spending crazy dough. And I think someone would maybe pay that much for a perfect Z.
I don't know. I'm not around luxury like you guys. I don't know rich people.
What? You guys, don't put me in there.
The excellent condition car sold for $17,750.
Okay.
The concourse level
Yeah.
sold for $106,000. A difference of 88 grand. Justin gets a point on the board.
Yeah!
That's way off.
So in the last year, concourse condition 240Zs have actually risen 24% in value, whereas good condition and excellent condition have dropped about 20%.
So they didn't sell for $500,000 is what you're saying.
Correct, yeah.
Well, I'm glad I learned what concourse means now.
Yeah, well, we'll get you to Pebble Beach at some point.
Thank you. Listen, I too would like to just be around the rich folk. I don't want to smell the air around them. That's it.
All right, speaking of Pebble Beach, we have another pretty prestigious car up next.
Okay. Oh,
This is
Plymouth.
a Plymouth Superbird.
Superbird.
This is a legit Superbird, which was based off of a Plymouth Roadrunner and came with a factory body kit, big old nose cone, and a tall wing, which was also from their Daytona-winning NASCAR vehicles. This vehicle has a 440 engine, an automatic transmission, and a Looney Tunes horn.
Automatic.
Automatic
and-
is a downfall, but back then automatic was a luxury, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
But does that still apply to modern day?
To modern day values?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't think so. I think, and you said 440, right, Max? So it's not a Hemi car.
It's not a Hemi car? Why would it not come with it?
Because you can option it that way. This is an automatic. So this is someone who's buying like a luxury kind of race car, you know?
Oh, right.
So they
Right.
want to be able to cruise around, look cool. You know, 440 still has a ton of power, but it's not the racing engine. And honestly, I've heard that those 426s were a real pain in the ass to street drive. They really are tuned just for full throttle racing applications. That's what they like to be. They don't like putting around in traffic, whereas the 440 was more of like a truck engine or like something you'd find in a van or whatever, which was suited more for traffic.
This is supposed to be boomer cars are getting cheap, but
Yeah, but what was expensive for this back in the day? 200 grand?
Yeah, see, that's a good point, Justin. A car like this, like in the mid 2000s, would have sold for like probably $225, $250, $300,000.
So cheap for this now. It could be 60. It could be 100.
Okay.
All right, $75,000 total guess.
I think that would be cheap for this car.
Very cheap for this.
I also guessed what I think would be a cheap price, $125,000.
I guessed 65.
The Plymouth Superbird at Mecum auctions sold for $155,000. Point Nolan.
That would be cheap for this car. Yeah, it's not exactly affordable.
In the last year, Superbirds have depreciated 24%, making them, by dollar, one of the most appreciated classic cars in the last year.
It goes to show that even old people are getting sick of Mopars.
Our next one, a little bit different of a vibe. This is a 1957 MGA 1500. This British roadster came with a 1.5 liter engine with dual carburetors.
It was like a shoe.
It's been refinished in dark blue with tan interior.
It's in Minnesota. No one cares about this. All right.
This is such a particular guy. Leather driving gloves.
Shoes from Aldo. Some fancy little joints, but not too fancy. He's still on a budget.
I don't think this is worth anything, to be honest.
Jesus.
Any MG, most MGs aren't valued very high. Even like old Triumphs aren't really that expensive. It's just like the Model T crew. These are British fans.
Yeah.
You know, this guy wishes he had a Jaguar E-Type, but couldn't.
Oh, you are so right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think I'm changing my guess.
This is more pain in the ass than it is anything, I'm sure.
I'm gonna guess $8,250. Justin, I think, nailed it on the head. Like, at this point, if you don't have that E-Type, what are we doing, dude?
With that in mind, I said $5 grand because that's about all this guy will ever get for this. He wants that. He's probably getting this.
Maybe you're being a little bit more kinder. I put 4,200.
Well, the actual price of the MGA 1500, $9,250.
Oh
Damn,
my gosh.
There you go, Nolan.
I don't know if I should be happy about this.
British roadsters in general do seem to be very affordable, as you guys were pointing out.
You know what's great about those is like, they still are very fun to drive. You just kind of have to understand that the suspension geometry is gonna be a little different. It's not gonna drive as great as a Miata, but because of the carbureted engines and the vintage nature of these cars, it's gonna be a really fun time. You just do have to buy loafers.
100%.
Our next car is actually a little bit newer, an 11th generation Ford Thunderbird from the year 2002.
Turnkey ready boomer.
This sold on Bring a Trailer. It is single family owned since new, has 36,000 original miles. 11th generation came with a 3.9 liter V8 making 252 horsepower.
Is that the Jaguar V8?
It must
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so this
My buddy.
3.9 is the Jaguar AJ30 V8.
There we go.
As you can see, it's teal on teal.
It's a hot grandma driving that car, I'll tell you that much.
I don't know.
It can't be more than 20,000.
I don't think it is.
I just don't see it. Who would buy that? Okay, it's Bring a Trailer, so you gotta add on like $3,000 from a bidding war.
There was a bit of a bidding war, by the way, at the very end here between Car Guy 1967 and DDAMA1.
I'm just guessing $8,000. I just don't see the demand for these things.
I'm going with 11 because I do know they're over 10 grand in California.
I went with 12.
The pristine 11th generation Ford Thunderbird sold for $12,250.
All right.
Point Steph.
Squeeze me out yet again.
These peaked in value in July of 2022. Since then, good condition cars have gone down 35% in value, whereas fair condition cars have gone down 65%.
The coolest one that I know of would be the one in Die Another Day with Halle Berry. Another movie that came out 20 years ago. I'm so f***ing old now. I've had chronic pain in my shoulder for a year now, Justin.
The other day, me and Nolan went on a walk and we both turned around. It was just like, that's good enough. Let's go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And we both took poops. It's great. Went to our respective rooms.
Yeah, good clarification.
This next one is a 1966 Plymouth Barracuda.
Nice.
So this car was
Cartoonish.
restored on a rotisserie. and received gasser style modifications in 2008.
So sick.
Gasser style was a drag racing style which featured high suspension and exhaust pipes exiting through the front wheel wells. This car was given an overboard 440 V8, a 4-speed manual, a fuel cell, a wheelie bar, and was nicknamed the Gasser Passer.
That's so.
So why are gassers jacked up?
It's like, I think for weight transfer, they have a bit of a rake to them already. This one's like raked forward, but like older, like real vintage ones, they kind of had like a lean back to them just so like when you hit the gas, more of your weight would be shifted to the rear tires, you get better grip off the line. These kind of, preceded like current, like pro stock cars and even funny cars. Man, that is a cool ass car. This would be worth the joke too, I think. If somebody rolled up in this tomorrow morning, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude.
Is this a competition car or just a resto kind of like?
There's no documentation that it's been like raced. There's no like time slips or anything like that.
That means it hasn't then. They just wanted to make it look like one.
I can show you guys a clip.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's sick.
I'm gonna guess 49.
Damn, 49. I said $30,000. I think that would be a cheap number for this car of this caliber. And I feel pretty good about it.
I went super low. I went $13,000 purely because this is made to look like something and not actually sort of be it. It makes all the cool noises, it does the burnout, it does the thing. It's not the most desirable body of a car and it's never done anything before. So, I don't know.
The true price of the Plymouth Barracuda Gasser was $9,500.
Gosh.
They got a deal,
Yeah,
dude.
hell yeah, they did.
Oh my God.
I mean, parts alone.
Yeah. They probably dropped $120,000, $150,000 into this car.
Oh, easily.
Just with labor and everything included. Wow. Play that clip again, I wanna hear it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a price where if you're an adult with a salary, that's a price to own it for a while and then just get rid of it and have fun. That's what that
yeah.
price is.
All right, we've got one more car, and this one is a vehicle that might be close to home for some of us in this room. This is a 1953 Chrysler Imperial. This is a Crown Imperial, which is the 4-door sedan version of the Imperial.
Same color?
That's probably what
That's the Crown.
that's probably the color it was.
This sold at Mecum Auctions last year. It's got the 331 cubic inch firepower Hemi V8.
I don't really like these when they're in perfect condition. I like my patina on there. I think that looks a lot better.
It's a pretty ugly car.
It's not a looker, especially at like stock ride height. I haven't really looked into what these sell for, to be honest.
How much did you?
Sure.
Buy this one for?
I bought this in unrunning condition for $3,400 back in 2020. It had like all the parts included and everything. And I've put in about, I think $10,000 into getting this thing going and like roadworthy, and then the transmission that's in there, that was like worth another $5,000 or so. So yeah, it's like $15,000 in this car. You can see the next to the air cleaner, that other thing to the right, that is the fluid reservoir for the power steering system. So this thing's like original. I'm prepared to be shocked, but I think this is a safe guess.
I have no idea. I went with 10.5.
10.5.
Mainly because it is 100% original and 100% functional.
I said $7,500. Just feels safe. I don't know. I'm just thinking about how much money I put into mine.
And I said $7,000.
The Chrysler Imperial sold for $8,000.
Oh, damn. All right.
He knows even when he's not sure.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Not a desirable car. What's the market like, Max?
Yeah, you know, I gotta be honest with you, Nolan, I couldn't find any information on the Chrysler Imperial market, so it's this and your car.
It's not a super interesting car, but I think these prices do show that like if you're willing to look for cars of this era, and you're not gonna find a more unique car for the money, I think, when it comes to stuff like this. You know, sub $10,000, I don't know if I'd suggest buying one of these, but spend that money and you roll up to the car show and no one else is gonna have something like it. I won. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm so old. We think you'll like this video right here, so go ahead and click that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go put an exhaust on this thing so I can cruise it. All right, see ya.